Hello everyone, welcome to 2 and 3D. So today we're going to be rigging actually we're going to be rigging the whole character, but for now, for this particular part we're going to be rigging just the face. So we'll be rigging the face in all profiles. So for now I only have the left profile, that is this one. I have the frontal profile, and then I have the far left profile, the left profile where just one of his eye will be showing. So it's fully turned this way. I'm going to be showing you all that in a minute. So one thing that you need to take note of. Okay, maybe I should go back to let me go into the rig panel so I'll be able to explain this further. So what I have here is all the profiles. That is not really all the profiles. I just have the right profile and the frontal profile. That's this right, the character. Let me try to activate that. I don't know why my system is slow. Okay, if I do that, you see the character moves from frontal to like left right profile, and then he moves far right. And I activate this, so this is far right, and the head is still in the same position, which I'm going to fix in a moment. But what you notice with this is that since I only have one, how would I be able to create a flip fashion for the character to look this way? So it's not that complex actually. It's just to duplicate this and then you flip it. When you flip it, then you have the left profile that you come here and then you manipulate it on the x-axis. You put a minus there and to be able to flip the character. That's on the scale, the x scale. You put a minus there. But then one issue you might find is this character is like his left side is a bit different from his right side. If you notice, there's a design here, and then this drip god is the right. Whenever there's a writing, whenever you flip the character, you notice that the writing also flips, and this will also come to this place, which is not what we are going for, because you are not just supposed to create a clone of one profile to the other. So you're supposed to make this part without a logo, so when it flips, like when it goes this way, if you notice, no logo. When it turns this way, there will be a logo. There's supposed to be a logo there. And this drip god also is not supposed to flip. So if you just flip that, you'll get something like a peed god or something like that, with peed dog or something like that. So and this shoot also, so whenever there is a writing, there is still more layers more layer of work that you have to do to be able to get it to look very, very natural. I'm going to do that in a separate video, so I'm going to be breaking these videos into like several series for now. So let's just go to the face and rig the face in all profiles. So that's what I'm going to do for this video, and then I'm going to just chill and continue from there. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is use the head R, not the head R. Maybe I should use the default head. Let's make the head R the default head for now. So I'm going to come down here into brow, and we have our cycles, several brow, the angry, the inquisitive, scared, and scared 2 or whatever like that. So I'm just going to drag that in and create a swap set. Okay, now I'm going to latch it. So you select them all and then you latch. And then for now, I'm not going to assign it a key. I'm going to come back to that in a moment. So let's just get all our triggers for now. Yes, so eyes B, this is not just ignore this. These are the iris and these highlight on the iris. So I'm just going to drag the eyes B and create a swap set also. Okay, so now we have the brow, and then we have the eye. And now I can go in and actually okay, we didn't latch this. Let's latch this. So now I can go in and actually assign these two keys. So the brow is what gives the character emotion, so make sure you do that. You have that in your character. So I'm just going to give that 5, and then we still have like 5 more keys to go. So maybe I should just assign white. Let me make white this let me make no normally it's supposed to be default, so you don't have to assign that to a key. Let's do 7 for this. Let's do 8. Let's do 9. And I like assigning the blink. I like assigning 0 to blink, so blink 0. You can do whatever you want here. You just assign whatever key you want, or don't if you prefer to use the control panel. So this is a cycle trigger, and then all the browse, like aside from the default, are all cycle triggers. So I'm just going to go in and select them all because they have the same feature, so they have the same behavior and the same parameters assigned to them. So come down to cycles, okay, up rather up to cycles layer, and then I'm going to make this 2 so that it advances every 2 frames. So the change will only occur after 2 frames. I'm going to reverse and forward this, and then hold on last because it's supposed to hold on the last pose. Okay, so now we have this highlight that is for this light that's coming into the eyes, and then we have the iris. Now this character, if you notice the like the eyes are behind it, so whenever the blink, let me just show you an instance. Just come here, let's check what we have done so far, so you'll be able to see what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm preparing soon. Okay, so now if I press 1, you see the angry is working, the like inquisitive on both sides is working, and yeah, they are all working. But whenever I press, let's say I'm changing the eye position, okay, this is fine, but when I'm making it smaller, you notice that the eyes and the iris and the highlight is like is over the face, the eyes. So to make that, to fix that, there is a feature that you just need to do. There's just like 2 clicks. So all you just need to do is select this, and then you come to the scene here, no the puppet here, and then you create a clipping mask. When you do that, it clips to the eyes here. So now it still will not work. If you do not have this, you don't have to do it, but for the iris now, I'm going to select that and then do the same thing. Come here and create a clipping mask. Now this iris is bound by the shape, by this particular shape. So but for now, let me just add a draggable there, just so that you can manipulate this with your dragger. And let me just add this and this to it too, so that you can manipulate it with your face. Okay, so one thing I did not add was the blink tag. So you select this and then you add a blink tag. Since it's a cycle, whenever the blink behavior is active, it will go through both layers like that, and then it will go off. So now let's select the whole character, because there is a behavior you have to add to the entire character, which is the blink, for it to be able to blink. So now if I come to the record here, I'm hoping this video will not be very long. Already it's 8 minutes. I'm sure I'll be able to do it in like 15 minutes. Okay, so now you notice we fixed both issues. So the character blinks on its own, and the iris is closed, but then there's this white point, and this is the highlight, because this is actually a shape, so it's registering it as a shape and it's going through it. So there's a fix for this, where we have to go into our source file. So maybe I should just show you how to do this. Initially I was going to pause the video but let me just quickly work on that. Let's go into Illustrator, and we have our character. Let me just zoom in a bit, and then now let me show you how to fix it for this particular character, and then I'll do the rest. So now we have these eyes that this is referencing and it's masking. This is masked to these eyes. So now what we have to do is to duplicate this and then give it a maybe a separate name, just something like let's just add over on it, over. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to clean up this. We have to remove this white portion of the eyes on all of the eyes. So let's enter into isolation mode just so that we'll be able to just work within that bound. So I'm just going to, because this is a live paint, if it's not a live paint in your own case, you could go in and maybe select it and delete it. Well, mine is a live paint, so all I just need to do is come here and make the paint transparent, add an alpha, so whenever I do this like this, the entire white portion goes, and do it for like all of them like this. Okay, so after we're done with this, now now we now have an overlay. So we have the same eye shapes as the previous, but now there is an overlay, so we could place this over the highlight. And let me just save this so that we'll work on it, and then I'll do the rest myself. Let's go back to CH, and then we'll go back to the rig. I don't know, it did not update. Maybe did I save the file? I did not. Okay, save it. The character is a bit heavy. Maybe I should pause this and then we'll continue. Okay, we're back. So now we have the eyes B over here. So if you select that, if you open that up, you have all the same as the eyes B, that's without the over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this into blink, drag this into white, just place them in the appropriate places like this. I would say this is extra work, and if you could do without the highlight, I would say you should, but you could go through it and do it. And the beauty with this is you do not have to do it again, so you could go through the stress and just do everything. So I'm going to add, oh my bad, that was actually the wrong behavior. Undo. Okay, you add a cycle layers because this is actually supposed to be cycle layers. You're supposed to cycle through it. So you two, just the same way you did the blink, the original blink. So forward and reverse, and then hold on last. Okay, now so the overlay will work the same way this one. So whenever you press any button, both will actually function. And the same thing with the blink, so whenever it's blinking, it picks the blink from both sides. So I'm supposed to add the tag. Actually, I've not added the tag blink, so just add both, because in my own case, my own eyes are not separated. So you just select both, and you could actually do one and it will still work, but I like using two. So if I come to my record panel, this is really taking too long. Okay, so now this white highlight will not be there. So if I press blink, you see it's not there again because there's an overlay over it. So and that's how it works with every other movement, every other thing I move. So like that, so, and everything works fine. So now let's go in and work on all the profiles. So what we have to do now is to apply exactly this into all of this head R, and it goes further than that. We have to do those also in all of these profile, and then before we duplicate, because if you duplicate this, and then it means that you have to rig that whole thing from scratch. So I will say, before you duplicate and flip the character, make sure you finish rigging it completely. Do not flip it, duplicate and flip it without doing that. So I might actually pause. Let me just do one of the heads, and then I'll pause, and then I'll do the rest of them. So, well, let me pause for now because I still need to implement these same eye shapes on all of these heads. So I'm coming back. Okay, hello. So we're back. Now we're going to do a different profile. So maybe I should do the frontal. So let's just activate that so that we'll be able to see what we're doing. And deactivate this for now. Okay, so we're doing the same thing. You drag the default eyebrow to the eyebrow. You drag the angry to angry. And you do the same thing. You come down to the eyes B. In this case, we still have 2. That's for the eyes. So you could select both like this, and then you drag it and drop, because they are all going into the same place. So you could do the same, just to make your work easier. And then you select blink, and then let's just activate that. Let's tag it to the blink, and then let's select all this, because they're actually going to be cycle triggers, cycle layers. We're adding the cycle layers behavior to it, so to them. So brow, okay, that's fine. Let us come down and add a cycles layer behavior, and you do exactly the same thing. 2, forward and reverse, hold on last. Good. So we're done with one other profile, and it's the same thing you duplicate for every other profile too, including, like, you come to you when you're done with the frontal, you close it, then you come to right profile, and then like that, and then you do the same thing. You go into the head also, and you do the same thing. So I don't want to bore you with all that, so I'm going to do it, and then we'll come back again. Okay, so we're back. Okay, I was going to actually go further and do some other things, because the time has already gone. It's already 18 minutes, and I don't want this video to be that long. So I'm just going to do this. So drag the head, the entire head. I'm going to show you a neat trick, something you could use to, like, ease your work. So I'm just dragging the whole head in, and then let's take it to the top. Let's make it above the brow, and then let's latch everything inside it, just so that we can, so that I just want to show you how the head will turn out, how the head has turned out so far. So let's make this what profile head. Let's make frontal. Let's make it X, right? I'm trying to so there are 2 on the side, 2 on the side. So let's make it, okay, let's make frontal C, and then head R, let's make it X, and then head RR. Let's make it Z. So now we'll come to our record. We should be able to see the eyes, and with this my rigging style, you do not have to go in and tweak every single time you turn the head. You don't have to go in and start tweaking certain things just to make sure it aligns with the previous head. Once you just move at whatever brow position or eye position it is, it will also inherit it for the left or whatever you press. So it's taking long to load. I don't know. Okay, so this is the default, but this is not supposed to be my default, so just ignore that for now. Let me do, this is at Z, right? Yes. So if you turn it, you see the head will turn, and then frontal, like that. So, and you see when I activate this brow, it turns, the brow is still active. It turns, the brow is still active. Frontal, the brow is still active. So this is a neat trick, but I'm going to teach you a better way of, not a better way of doing this particular one, but I'm going to, instead of reworking and doing the same thing over and over, there's something called shareable. So you could actually, instead of like going in and working on like this R right, like going in and doing exactly the same thing we just did, dragging and dropping and dragging and dropping, what you just need to do is, well, I'm going to discuss that in the next video. So thank you for watching. Please give us a like, give us a sub. It will really help us, and it will also help you to reach to be able to get more contents like this, and it will help us to reach way more people. Thank you, and bye for now.